recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list? Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today with Mr. Ben Young. Hello, Ben.
Good morning. How's it going?
Man, I am really happy to see you. You have been my rock these last few recording sessions because you, my friend, have made yourself available with everything going on in your life. I appreciate you.
I do my best, man.
I am excited that you're here. We have some great guests today.
Awesome.
Oh, we have a heart emoji. Oh, our first guest today is Toni Rask, who put up a heart emoji. Hey, Toni.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing great. I'm glad you're here. We have Beth Moralis with us. Hey, Beth.
Hey, everybody.
So excited to have you here. And Will Emerson is joining us today. Hey, Will.
Hey, all. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So I want to get to know each of you a little bit better. We're going to start with Toni. Toni, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
My name is Toni. I am currently living in rural South Korea, right along the West Coast, right on the beach. I've been here for like 3.5 years and originally from Minnesota. If you can't tell, hey, yeah, sure. You know,
the land of tiny cokes. Minnesota.
Yeah, you betcha. Minnesota. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Something fun about myself. Everyone always has these like really cool stories, and I live a very calm life.
Why don't you tell people what you've had to drink in the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
In the last 10 minutes, I have had a sip of water, a couple glugs of a Korean German Pilsner, which defies logic. Twiganki? I don't know. And some coffee and some soju mixed with ginger ale, which is great. Soju is chef's kiss. Wonderful.
Mm.
So what I was
buzzed.
So what I was laughing about is that you literally have a dance party in your stomach right now. It's
it's great. I can feel it like. If I didn't have an ulcer before, I probably have one now.
I get a big kick out of the fact that you teach English in South Korea, which means you're going to have a bunch of South Koreans walking around saying, "Oh, don't you know?"
My students, when I teach them the short A sound, oh man, I feel so bad for them trying to get them to say the word BAG.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beg.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
Oh,
that's
it's
gotta
funny.
be hilarious listening to a bunch of Koreans talk English with a Minnesota accent.
It's fabulous. I can't wait.
I'd watch that show.
Yeah, me too.
We're super glad you're here. And now I want to get to know Beth. Beth, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm an editor from Allentown, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if this exactly qualifies as fun or just super dorky, but it's something I'd like to share. Over the last few years, I have lost some weight.
Cool.
And one of the things that actually helps with that is trivia, because I watch Jeopardy while on the treadmill. And the key is, if I don't know the answer, I got to hit that speed button up a tick every time.
Oh!
And it really works to take your mind off the walking or the running, and you are just focusing on please, contestant, pick that Beatles category so that I can slow down because I can't breathe.
You're like, I'm already at 3.5. I can't miss another one. I'm going to die.
Very much so, yes. And then you get to the part where it's the interviews and you just keep going, waiting for another question to come
my
around.
Goodness. That is so cool.
It's fun. Yeah.
Man, I would be so dead. I would fall off my treadmill the first episode. It's not what to do.
That is brilliant, and I am impressed by you. That is amazing.
Thanks.
But so, what's the fastest speed you've ever ended up walking while watching Jeopardy?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know if it's like a universal thing with treadmill speeds. I think it's 5+ I did hit a point at which I'm like, well, forget this game I'm playing with myself. I gotta just turn it down, or I'm gonna
5 is for me. 5 is a running speed. Like I can't walk 5.
It's definitely running, and I can't run for that long. So at that point, I was like, this is just okay. They keep asking outer space questions. I'm just screwed, and I gotta stop this.
You're like, Russian composers again? For God's sakes, do wordplay.
The dreaded opera category.
Oh my God!
And it's also occurred to me that this technique could also work if you maybe get a bunch of Blitz episodes in a row and save them up and do it. So
I love it.
Like rapid fire.
I think you are a genius. This is a great idea. I should start a weight loss program.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. And Will, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I'm Will. I live in Utah, but I'm from one of Jonathan's favorite places, the Boston area. I grew up in New England, so I live in Utah now just for 2 years, but most of my life in the Northeast. And I am a specialized service manager for an e-commerce company, so nothing super fun there. This part was the other part I dreaded. I was trying to think of before because I knew you were going to ask what's fun or interesting. So I know you mentioned your Korean German Pilsner, which sounded interesting to me, Toni. I'm very into craft beer. I don't know if you have a craft beer shirt on you, if you can see that. But I've had and reviewed over 1,200 different unique beers.
Whoa!
I'm trying to. I started. It kind of took the wayside. I'm trying to start a blog called Pints and Puns, which is a dad blog / craft beer review that I want to do. So hoping to get that off the ground a little bit more. The pandemic with 3 kids, so has kind of put the time and energy into doing creative things on the side at a standstill a little bit.
That is really, really cool. I got to be honest. I don't think I've had 1,200 beers in my whole life. Not like distinct beers. I mean, if you add up all the beer I've ever drank, had to drink. Drank, yeah. If you added up all the beers I ever drank, I don't think it's 1,200. I don't think it's anywhere close to 1,200.
It's 206 packs. I probably had 1,200 in my life.
Ooh.
It's 206
I mean, in college probably, but not. That's before I started doing good ones. So that was Milwaukee's best and PBR.
And by the way, congratulations on your escape. I don't know how Utah is, but I mean, it's got to be better than Boston, right?
I'm not going to comment on that. I'll just let you have that.
Oh, that's fine.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, so it's time to get started. We're going to get started with Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
Here is your Warm It Up Chris question for today. I'm going to give you the title of a song and the artist. And I want you to tell me, is that song the original version or is it a cover?
Oh, I love covers.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. I like this. I'm so excited.
All right, so I'm going to do clockwise from on my screen. So we're going to start with Jonathan.
All right,
Jonathan, your song is Tainted Love by Soft Cell.
That is a cover.
Okay. Just so y'all know, if you need the year, I'll give you the year if you want it.
1984, I think.
So Soft Cell's version is 1981. It is a cover of a song originally released by Gloria Jones in 1964. Good job.
I don't know where I learned that, but I remember I was like, oh my God, that's a cover?
Yeah. I was blown away when I learned that too.
All right, so Toni. And by the way, these have been randomized by computer, in case y'all are trying to do game theory out there.
Nope.
Toni, you get What a Man, Salt and Pepper with In Vogue. Is that original or a cover?
What a mighty good man.
Oh, yeah. Got it playing in my head, jamming to myself.
Great
I actually
song,
was just singing this the other day, and I don't even remember why it came up. I really don't. I have no idea. I think I'm going to say cover.
So the rap lyrics are obviously original, but the chorus of the song is a cover.
That's
it was
what I thought.
originally released by Linda Lundell in 1968. Will, you get Albuquerque by Weird Al Yankovic.
Well, I mean, it's Weird Al, so I'm going to say an original. I don't know if his count as covers. I'm going to go with original.
That is an original song.
Oh, it had to be. That song's like 8 minutes long with some of the craziest lyrics you've ever heard. It is hysterical.
It's like parody / cover. I was like, it's got to be an original.
I mean, who else is going to sing a song that has lyrics like, hey, you got weasels on your face?
So I've not heard this song, but I was playtesting this question with the OMG Poker Group. There's like, you totally got to throw a Weird Al song in there. I was like,
bro,
okay.
You should listen to that song. That song, okay. It's really weird, but it's funny. It's like a comedy routine.
Got it. I'll write that down. All right, Beth, you get You're No Good by Linda Ronstadt.
Okay. Of course, I've known the last three, or at least I've guessed them right.
I never believe it when people say that.
Oh, well. It's true.
I believe her.
Thank you, Toni. That's my partner.
That's teammates. You can't trust her either. She told you earlier that she's going to lie. She said that to us.
It's true.
What did I say?
You told us. Oh, so you want me to lie?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I did say that. Yeah.
She did that, but I didn't say that. Anyway, I'm going to say that that's an original.
That was originally released by Dee Dee Warwick. It is a cover.
Oh.
Is Dee Dee related to Dion?
I don't know.
Oh.
We're gonna say yes.
We're gonna say
the Magic
yes.
8 Ball.
While you keep going, I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, she is Dee Dee of the Albuquerque Warwicks, I believe. So Jonathan, you get Twist and Shout by the Beatles.
Twist and Shout. So I know that Chubby Checker did the twist, but I don't think anybody else did Twist and Shout. So I'm going to say that's original.
Twist and Shout is a cover.
Oh,
Isley Brothers.
It was originally released by the Top Notes in '61, but it later became a hit with the Isley Brothers in '62.
I forgot about the Isley Brothers. They're great.
And I did not know about the Top Notes, so I will make a note of that.
Indeed.
Oh, by the way, so we have an update on the Warwick family.
Okay.
Delia Juanita Warwick. Delia Juanita Warwick, known as Dee Dee Warwick, was the sister of Dionne Warwick, the niece of Cissy Houston, and the first cousin of Whitney Houston.
Wow. Yeah, I knew that Dionne Warwick.
What a family.
Yeah, those some good vocal genes right there, I tell you.
Yeah.
I'd like to fit into those genes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. It just came out.
Either. Like, was that creepy? Was it really creepy?
It's borderline. It was unsettling, I would say.
It was unsettling because it's not jeans, exactly. It's jeans.
It's jeans, not jeans. All right, Toni, you get Islands in the Stream, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton.
Oh, I really thought, freaking A. I love this song. And I was reading about it recently, and now I don't remember. I think that's actually, I don't know. I'm just going to guess. I'm not going to pretend I know anything. I'm going to say it's an original.
It is an original.
Nice.
The song was written by the Bee Gees, and they recorded their own version of it later. This song actually was originally intended for Marvin Gaye as an R&B tune.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's a fun fact.
That's probably why my brain is scrambled about the song. It's like,
could be. Will, you get Come Together, the Beatles.
I believe, because I know Aerosmith covered that, so I'm going to go with that one being the original.
That is the original.
yes.
Nice work.
It has been covered millions of times. It was inspired by a request from Timothy Leary to have a song for his gubernatorial campaign against Ronald Reagan.
Really?
Yep. Beth, you get Try a Little Tenderness, Otis Redding.
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great song and a great question.
Love that song.
Yeah. I love Otis, so I'm going to say that he's the first. I'm going to say original.
The song was originally released by Ray Noble in 1932.
Wow. Well, I'm doing great.
Now, was Otis
That's
before
a
the Three Dog Night version?
I don't know. The Otis version was 1966. So
I love the
assuming-
Three Dog Night version. That's a great song.
I need to hear them because I'm listening. I'm thinking of their voices in my head, and it seems like that will be good.
It's so
good.
If
CCW did that song, they will probably sound amazing.
Who?
CCW.
CCR?
R.
CCW.
Creedence Clearwater. Creedence Clearwater.
Clearwater.
Clearwater revival.
It's only the later on they came back, and that was the revival.
That was the revival.
Yeah, originally they were just Creedence Clearwater.
Now it all makes sense.
All right, so Jonathan, back to you. I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor.
I know Cake did a cover in the 90s. I'm going to say this was original.
That is an original. Good job.
Nice.
I always think of Selena with "I Will Survive" because there's like a mashup on the Selena music on the soundtrack.
Toni, you get Mr. Tambourine Man, Bob Dylan.
That's an original.
That is an original. Good job.
Yeah.
Really?
I love my Bob Dylan. I love my Bob Dylan so much. So yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles is, sorry, totally wrong thing. I get them mixed up.
Yeah, I can't judge you.
Mr. Misters.
Yeah. Talk about your Trivia Warfare outtakes.
There you go. We're going to take these broken wings and move on.
All right, Will, you get Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Presley.
I'm just going to stick with the original. I feel like that's been doing good for me.
That is an original. Good job.
All right, nice.
All right, Beth, you get All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix.
That's a cover, for sure.
Yep.
I think it's a Bob Dylan song.
A Bob Dylan song.
Bob Dylan in 1967. All right, Jonathan, you get I Shot the Sheriff, Bob Marley.
I feel like that's a cover.
That's actually the original.
Oh, wow.
It was famously covered by Eric Clapton a few years later.
Huh.
Toni, you get Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper.
I've heard this recently. I think it's a cover.
It was originally released by Robert Hazard in 1979.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, Will, you get Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana.
I'm almost positive that's got to be an original.
It was inspired by the band The Pixies, but it's definitely not a cover. That's an original.
Fun fact, Kurt Cobain shares a birthday with me. Or shared, I guess.
Sweet. Well, I guess it's still his birthday, right?
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know who Arthur Cobain is. Did you say Kurt Cobain?
Kurt,
yeah. He did.
I thought you said so. Arthur Cobain. I'm like, who is Arthur Cobain?
He's the lesser known Cobain.
Yes, of Albuquerque.
I'm like sitting here like,
he's
Arthur Cobain.
He's in CCW. So.
Founding member.
The Albuquerque band that inspired Nirvana and the Warwick Sisters. All right, Beth, you get Nothing Compares to You, Sinead O'Connor.
This is tricky because I know that Prince wrote that song, but I don't know if he recorded it first or he just gave it to her to record. I'll say cover, but I'm not sure.
It was originally released by Prince's group The Family in 1985. It is a cover.
Great job.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that's a Minnesota con right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, you get I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
I don't know. I don't have any reason to guess either way, so I'm going to guess it is a cover.
Originally released by the Arrows in 1975. It is a cover.
Go. I, too, love rock and roll.
Toni, you get Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers.
I know.
I really love this song. Mostly, I was obsessed. I was a very odd teenager / preteen. I was obsessed with Sting. I was basically the middle-aged woman when I was 11 and 12, and I was obsessed with Sting. Sting did a cover of it like in the early 90s, and I remember listening to that over and over, and then realizing it was a cover of Bill Withers. But was Bill Withers a cover? I'm going to say it was original.
That is original. Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Nice.
So, asked this question years ago on Trivia Warfare. Does anyone remember how many times he says the phrase, I know?
Right.
It's like 27.
No, it's like really high. It's like in the 60s or 70s.
No, it's 26.
26,
really?
Yeah. I knew it was in the high 20s.
I really thought it was higher than that. I thought it was like mind-blowing.
Well, I remember there was an episode of Fresh Prince where he goes back to Philly, and the jukebox plays that, but it sticks on that, so it plays it even more. he's like, yeah, you just got to give it a nudge. It just keeps going.
I don't remember that episode. I'm going to go back and watch that.
It's the only one I think where it goes back to Philly. But
all right, so Will, you get Respect, Aretha Franklin.
I don't know. My gut says original, so I'm going to say cover.
Originally released by Otis Redding in 65.
All right, there we go.
All right, and you're going to close us out, Beth. Last one is I Got My Mind Set on You, George Harrison.
I really don't know, but I'm going to use Will's strategy and say I think it's an original, so I'm going to say cover.
Yeah. It was originally released by James Ray in 62. Good job.
Nice.
Nice.
That is
good
your
strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. That
works for me on music.
All right, that was your Warm It Up Ben question of the episode.
Fantastic. That's a really fun one, Ben. Thank you so much. So, y'all, this is episode number 318. 318. Ben, every time I say the new number, I'm like, oh my God, it's 300 times.
It's unreal.
It's crazy.
It's unreal.
So 318. Before I tell you what the matchups are, I want to say thank you to all of our patrons and all of the folks who are supporting the show. Remember, if you love the show and you're like, oh, I don't have any more episodes, I've listened to all of them. I promise you haven't. There are over 200 episodes at trivialwarfarearmy.com. You sign up as a sergeant at $5 a month or more, and you get access to everything that we've done, except for a few special bonuses that are at the $10 level. So check out trivialwarfarearmy.com and make sure that you get your fill of some of the best trivia in the doggone world. So now, episode number 318, it's going to be Beth and Toni versus Jonathan and Will with Ben hosting. And it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Round 1, question 1. Category is literature.
Literature.
What Fortune 500 company is named after a Herman Melville character? The same character is the namesake of a completely unrelated character played by actress Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, I think we can lock in, Will.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, I don't know the second part, but I'm damn confident on the first part.
First, yeah.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay.
What's the question asking for? Character
It was
or
asking
the
for
company.
the company.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
Then
I had sent Starbucks, thinking that I think there's a character named Starbuck in Moby Dick, and I believe that the is it Battlestar Galactica, I think, also has a Starbuck, is what he's referencing with Katie Sackhoff, if I'm not mistaken, Toni?
That makes sense. Yeah, there's also a town in Minnesota named Starbuck.
Oh, look at that. All right, so we want to lock in with Starbucks then?
Yeah.
Okay, Starbucks.
Beady. we Battlestar Galactica, man, old days right there. Yeah, that was pretty quick. Melville, Moby Dick had a character on the ship named Starbuck, so we said Starbucks.
Yep, y'all got all my flavor text there. Correct answer is Starbucks. Good job. Round 1, question 2. Your category is Ben dramatizes a hit.
Okay.
All right, yeah, get your cheese center there, Jonathan. Name this 1996 mega hit, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1997.
Mega hit at number 2. Okay.
This is a mega hit, I promise. Here's some additional flavor text. It was featured on a 2017 Burger King commercial, as well as on a 2020 McDonald's commercial in New Zealand. All right?
Okay.
Here are your lyrics. You lied to me. All those times I said that I loved you. You lied to me. Yes, I tried. Yes, I tried. You lied to me. even though you know I'd die for you. You lied to me. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried.
Holy Ben Young, everybody. I want to watch this movie. Oh, my God.
So again, this is a 96 mega hit. It reached number 2 in 97.
I literally told Jonathan earlier that I was not looking forward to pop culture, pop music questions.
Will, are you comfortable enough to lock it in?
Yeah, it's all I can hear now. It sounds. I'm pretty sure you're on the right track.
All right, well, let's go ahead and lock in then. All right, we're locked in.
I was telling Beth I cannot get the tune of "I'll Make Love to You" by Busta Man out of my head, and it's like the opposite of
if you want me to.
Welcome to my world.
I cannot. None of these.
No.
There's nothing here I can like hook into, and this should be right in my wheelhouse, like right in my
pop
teenage years, and there's like nothing here for me. I don't know. I'm gonna kick myself when I hear the answer. I'm sure of it.
I feel like I'm running around a track and it's on the other side, but I can't figure out how to just like cross through the infield, and it's just like cannot catch up to it.
Yeah, I really have. Like, do you have any like type of song you feel like this might be? Is like a like an alternative rock versus a R&B versus a pop song? Like, I can't even really get the rhythm of it. Do you have like a wild guess or?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither.
Nope. It wasn't me.
Do you want to make that the guess? It wasn't me?
Sure.
We got
Okay.
nothing.
Jonathan and Will.
The lyrics didn't hit me. They hit Will better than me, but the Burger King part hit me. Because I remember missing a question in the early days of the show that I have caught heat for 6 years. I still catch heat for missing this question. And one of the times I caught heat, it was because of a freaking Burger King commercial. And everybody posted this Burger King commercial like, see, Jonathan, everybody knows this song. And I'm like, damn y'all and y'all's mac and cheese. So, Will, I gave you that idea. You could take the rest of it from here.
Yeah, so once he said that, I started singing these lyrics in the version of said song, and that's all I could hear the rest of the way was that kind of piece of the song. So we went with the classic Return of the Mac.
This is indeed Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh.
Yes! I was not going to miss a Return of the Mac question again.
It helps that you troll Jonathan with that question.
I didn't troll him.
I can't believe it.
The army trolled him.
Oh.
I really only know the Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Song.
Yeah, same. But once he said that, all I could hear is, you lied to me.
Yeah, literally the only words that anybody knows is Return of the Mac.
Yes, I tried.
Yeah.
The things after you lied to me, I didn't even know those were the words, to be honest.
No one knows
just
what
now.
those words are.
Yeah.
You have to read the lyrics. You can't
What's
hear
great
them.
about that is it shows the power of shame in terms of remembering crap, right? Return of the Mac, Adam Bricker. I'm not going to forget these things.
Never forget. All right, your last question in the round is in words. The German word Achtung translates to what in English? Folks like Will Robinson and rapper Mystical are quite familiar with it.
Oh, I'm glad you gave the extra clue. Will, I've got... we are locked in.
Okay, so my only reference besides the Will Robinson thing is the 91 U2 album called Achtung Baby.
Right.
And I always just kind of thought that was action, but I think maybe that I was misthinking that based on what you said. I like attention.
Yeah, I'm
danger.
torn because I always just thought Achtung meant attention, which I'm guessing is like probably when that Achtung Baby album came out, I asked someone in my family, hey, what does that mean? And they said attention. But
I like
the whole Will
danger.
Robinson thing, I thought the
Makes
phrase
me
was
think
danger,
danger.
Will Robinson. And danger also, I don't know the thing about was it mystical? I don't know what that is referring to. But
yeah, me neither.
yeah, should we go with danger because of the Will Robinson thing, you think?
Yeah, because like I feel like I remember like not seeing it on signs, but like on warning messages.
Yeah.
Or something.
Right.
So danger makes sense.
Yeah. Let's go with danger.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys, I had the same process. Like at first, I'm like, this is going to be attention, isn't it? And then he says Will Robinson. I'm like, wait a minute. And then he says mystical, and I'm like, danger! Watch yourself!
Oh.
And I was like, okay, this is danger. This is 100% danger.
Oh, Jonathan, you did conflate two different mystical songs, but that I totally forgive it.
Oh, come on. Really?
Forgive it. I totally forgive it. Because watch yourself is shake it fast. That's what that song.
What does danger sound like?
No, you got it. You had it right. Danger! Get on the floor! Stand right, chill. That's kind of mystical it goes. So yeah, doing my research, Octoon can translate to attention. So had you said that, I would have given you credit. But the answer I'm looking for here is danger. So good job.
And then obviously there's the robot. Danger, Will Robinson.
Right.
Danger.
Right.
Yep. Right. Okay. At the end of the first round, Jonathan and Will have a slight lead, 30-20. Your second round will begin with a question in Televisiones. Created by Terry Toon Studio, what eponymous anthropomorphic superhero debuted on CBS in 1955 as the first ever Saturday morning cartoon?
Tony, you think we can lock in with that?
Yes, we're locked in.
Yeah, we're locked in.
I had Mighty Mouse and Underdog kind of pop in, and I was just saying, I think Underdog is like a spoof, almost like a parody of Mighty Mouse, but I don't know anything about Mighty Mouse. What were you thinking?
I mean, Mighty Mouse was just the first thing that popped into my head, because it's old, and I feel like I remember black and white versions of it, which I could be wrong.
No, I think
I don't remember.
right.
I do remember black and white Underdog, though that was one of my favorite cartoons. But I don't remember that being in black and white, and I feel like that was later than Mighty Mouse, so that's not a ton of thunder, but that's just the first thing that popped into my head.
Do you know anything about Terry Toons?
I don't know anything about Terry. I don't know what that is.
Me either.
But that wasn't Hanna-Barbera, because that was before that.
No, I feel like Underdog is a spoof.
Underdog was with like Rocky and Bullwinkle, like those
animators,
was
right?
It?
Okay.
I think those animators did that.
They might have. Not rain, nor sleet, nor even fog. Just little old me, Underdog. I think Mighty Mouse is a good guess, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% not like a ton of thunder, but I do remember it being old, and it's the first thing that popped in my head, so I'm good with it if you are.
Here I come to save the day. We're going Mighty Mouse.
And Beth and Toni.
Yeah, I got a little confused because of the last question, but Beth set me right.
Yeah, she said she started off with Danger Mouse, which I knew wasn't that old, and I also wondered if you would have Danger followed by Danger Mouse in the questions.
Danger Mouse!
And then I also...
New theme song for that show. I like it.
I also thought of Underdog, but then it clicked. Actually, Toni, I don't think I would have said this if you hadn't said Danger Mouse, but I remember Mighty Mouse is older, so we also said Mighty Mouse.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, but I said Danger Mouse.
Happens all the time.
What's Danger Mouse's sidekick's name? I can't remember. That little guy.
Penfold.
Penfold, yes.
They say Crikey, Crumbs all the time.
Crikey.
Crumbs.
Indeed. And I was thinking of Dead Mouse, which I guess is a completely different thing altogether. Correct answer is Mighty Mouse. Good
all
job.
right.
Yes, that feels good.
Round 2, question 2. Your category is science.
Science.
There are 334 species of marsupials in the world. Which is the only one whose natural habitat is north of Mexico?
Toni, do you want to lock in with that then?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. We're locked in.
Okay.
All right, Will. So possums are definitely marsupials. I just don't know if they're technically, I don't know how we define whether or not their home is north of Mexico, but they live here.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to tell which ones are actually just playing possum and not actual ones, too.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, that's a big pain.
I mean, I don't...
We got a thumbs down from Toni.
Oh, come on. It's cold.
That's our team, Ben. Our team. Our team name is Team Grown.
I mean, I feel like it's yes, because I mean they're pretty readily seen in North America, like in the States.
Yeah, they're all over the place up here.
So I mean, that's would be the ones I always immediately jump to are obviously the ones that are in like Australia. So
let's do it. Let's say possum.
All right,
we're locked in, Ben.
Toni and Beth.
Yeah. We said the possum. Oh, possum. They're so cute with their little pink noses. I just love them.
One time I was driving into my driveway and I saw the ugliest cat I've ever seen. I was like, is that, I literally thought I was looking at a cat's rear end, and then it turned sideways and I realized I was looking at a possum dead on. It was like the front of a possum looks like the back of a cat.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, they're so cute. I just think they're just the cutest little animals with their little eyes and their pink nose.
You have a very interesting definition of what cute is.
I pretty much love all animals except birds. Birds can all, I was going to say jump off a cliff, but they're birds, so that makes sense.
They're like, hey, this is pretty good.
Well, like the emus can jump off a cliff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. You're like that. Tony's a part of that group of people that think that gremlins are cuter than the mogwais. Like
they're both really cute. I don't understand the question.
They're not, though. They're not both really cute. All right. Correct answer is possum.
Yay. Good job, Toni.
Okay. Your last question around is in literature. E.L. James is the author of what ambiguous book series?
Yeah, we're locked in. Yeah.
Will, it's 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, all right.
Bada bing, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, we could have 3-2-1 that. 3-2-1 that. I think.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we said 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
So I'm the only one that didn't know the author of that. But okay.
Well, I didn't either until I researched it, so you're not alone.
Okay. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. I don't know how much value that is, seeing as how terrible I am at trivia warfare, but it is what it is.
Yeah. My goal was sort of like yours. If I can get 3 or 4 questions I contribute to, I'm good.
Yeah. Correct answer is 50 Shades of Grey. And that ends the second round. At the end of the second round, Jonathan and Will have 60. Perfect game. Beth and Toni, 50.
Hey, we don't need that kind of negativity.
You don't need to say it. We didn't need to say it. He called it out.
It's a statistical fact. What can I say?
Goodness.
Okay. Your third round begins with a question from Brianna Garten.
Thank you, Brianna.
Category is Televisiones. The goal of what television show is to ascend Mount Midoriyama?
Yeah, we locked in.
All right.
So, Will, you said something about a Nick show. I think it's American Ninja Warrior. I think this is the Green Mountain. But tell me more about what you were thinking.
So I've never seen American Ninja Warrior, know anything about it. So I think it's Legends of the Hidden Temple on Nick. I felt like there was a mountain on there, but it also doesn't sound like a mountain they'd name in like a Nick show. It would probably be like Mountain Slime or something. So I kind of like your answer better.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of the reality shows aren't really my piece of the television. So,
we did the special when we had a crossover with the American Ninja Warrior podcast people. I think I picked this up as a part of that. I think they were asking I think I might have asked the question about what does Green Mountain translate to.
Oh, okay.
And they knew it because of the show. So I think we should go American Ninja Warrior.
That works for me.
All right. That's what we're saying.
Okay.
We basically had the same conversation. We both typed it at the same time. We also think it's Ninja Warrior, American Ninja Warrior. So that's our answer too.
Okay. Your correct answer is Ninja Warrior. I will give credit to both teams. The mountain is the same name in both the original Japanese version and the American version. Yeah. So both teams get credit.
Toni had actually written that in our chat. That's correct.
Yep. So credit to both teams. Good job. Your round 3, question 2 question is geography.
Oh, geography.
Yes.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah,
yes.
Go figure.
I was going to say the same thing.
Gaining its independence from the British in 1966, what is the only country in South America with English as its official language?
Ben, when you say as its official language, you make it sound like it's the only official language. Could you clarify?
I can double check that.
Do you mean as an official language, or is it the only one?
I will verify that for you. This is the official, English is the official language of this country.
Okay, thank you. All right, I think we're going to walk in.
We really didn't have much of an idea. I did the same thing as Jonathan, listed all the countries in South America, started crossing them off. I still am not very sure, and I don't think Beth is either. We're just...
kind of just my first thought in my head, first thought, best thought kind of thing here. So.
Yeah, ditto. It was the first one that I was kind of like, maybe. So we went with Guyana.
Okay. Jonathan and Will?
So I feel like I have extra pressure now because my girlfriend is from South America. And so we talk about South American things and she teaches me different things. And so I wondered about that. We've talked about the war because of Carmela and her love for the car show, Top Gear. Yeah. And so I wondered about Chile, but I was like, no, Chile was not speaking English. And so we went through all the countries, and I know I used to have it in my mind that there were 3 little countries north of Brazil with Suriname, Guyana, and there was a French Guyana at some point. And it's like, okay, well, if there's a French Guyana and now it's no longer a country, maybe there was an English Guyana and we just called it Guyana. And so That's what we did. We locked in with Guyana.
Almost the exact same conversation.
Yeah.
I have very good friends of mine who are taking a mission trip here, and I asked them, did they have to learn Spanish? And they said, nope, because they speak English there. It is Guyana.
Oh my God, that feels so good.
Awesome. I'm glad we didn't talk ourselves out of that one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, fun fact, my friends who are missionaries, they are responsible for one of my great trivia pools of all time. If you remember, Jonathan, me and you and Chris were at Southern Grill, and they asked the question, what is the capital of Uganda? And I knew the answer because these same friends previously took a missionary trip to Uganda, and I knew that they lived in Kampala.
Wow.
That was one of my finest moments. I felt so proud.
We looked at Ben like he had grown a second head. Like, how do you know that?
I have friends in high places, apparently. All right. Your last question round is in current events. The Genesis GV80, a newly released model from Hyundai, made front page news in February 2021 when it was involved in a rollover crash while being driven by what celebrity?
Yeah, Beth and I are going to lock in.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, lock in.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan and Will.
Well, that's crazy. Yeah, that's funny. Go ahead and tell people what you just said.
So I have no idea. I don't remember this event at all. But I said that, the car is a Genesis, so it'd be ironic and somewhat funny if it was Phil Collins.
Right? Maybe it's Peter Gabriel who's wrecking Genesis.
I think that'd be...
Oh, my God, that's funny. I mean, you got to think, Genesis is a sporty kind of car, to my best of my understanding. Maybe it's somebody from the Fast and the Furious. Like they were trying to do something. I don't know this story. I didn't see this.
This doesn't ring a bell. I mean, we could go with a bunch of them. There's, Vin or what's this in there? I'm now drawing a blank on all their names. Tyrese.
I don't know. We can go Vin Diesel if you want to. That's fine by me.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right.
Ironic.
Sure, we'll guess Vin Diesel.
Okay.
I think Beth and I are on the same wavelength. Like, this is kind of crazy. I said, I think I remember hearing something about this. And she immediately says, as I'm typing something else, she says, oh, wait, Tiger Woods was in an accident. And then I send almost right back to back. For some reason, I think it might be Tiger Woods.
Now that sounds familiar.
Yeah, so I have no idea about the car or anything.
Yeah, I didn't.
My initial response was, I have no idea. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There was a famous accident. Yeah.
I would feel... So the Genesis isn't a big, because I think it's a bigger vehicle, if I'm not mistaken, and big vehicles just aren't common here, but Hyundai is a South Korean company, so I would feel a little weird of being like, oh my God, if I missed something related to South Korea. It's going to be so embarrassing, even though it's not really related. So yeah, we guessed Tiger Woods. Because that's what we both thought it might have been.
It's the only thing I could even think of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Genesis GV80 is a large SUV. It's their new model for this year. And it was driven by Tiger Woods in his crash.
Wow.
Yes.
That's such a good get.
I'm so glad that came to both of us somehow.
Yep. Yeah, as they're piecing together that scene, because there's no skid marks on the road at all. So basically, the car was in acceleration mode all the way. It crossed over the median and then crashed into a tree on the opposite side. And they're saying that he must have fallen asleep during the crash and then probably woke up mid-roll or whatever. Because it was early in the morning and he's taking medication for his back, so it's all that stuff. But anyway, so Tiger Woods is obviously your correct answer. At the end of the third round, we have a tie score. All teams have 80 points.
Oh boy.
All
Solid.
right.
Yes.
Here's your midpoint question. Your category is sharks with frickin' laser beams.
Give me frickin' lasers. Can we at least get ill-tempered fish?
Sea bass.
But an ill-tempered sea bass?
Sea bass. Are they ill-tempered? Well, that's a start. All right. For 4 points each, tell me the 5 words that comprise the acronym LASER.
It's like, yeah, that one. Could you spell the acronym, please, Ben?
The acronym LASER?
Yeah.
LASER?
Like,
I just want to make sure it's not a Z and I'm just stupid.
No problem.
I knew this once.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew. Sorry. I'm trying to think about lasers. Okay. Do you want to lock in, Beth?
I don't think we're going to get any better than that, so we might as well. Yeah, I think those are our best choices. The last one you just sent in full. Yeah.
Okay. You're on that.
Okay.
So you're locked in?
Yes.
All right. So, Will, we're struggling. I don't remember anymore. So we think light amplified is the first two?
And then possibly source.
And yeah, I'm not sold on source, but I can't think of anything better. I mean, the thing about a laser, right, is that it is directional. It's like you use the word targeted. It's targeted.
Yeah. I mean, I think aimed, but I really like amplified as the A.
Source.
And you're no on emitting or...
I don't like emitting. I think that's from LED. It doesn't make sense either. Energy ray?
I don't hate it because we don't have anything else.
Right.
I don't know. I think I've come around with you on the ray. I don't know. It sounds kind of like cheesy at the end. Maybe
I don't like it either.
Too simple. It's too simple.
light amplified source energy radiation racquetball
rutabaga
range.
And this
sonar,
is one too. As soon as I hear it,
is ranging. You know, radar is ranging. Is it range? I don't know. I guess light amplified source energy ray is the best we have. Maybe we can get 2 or 3.
I'm going to kick myself when I hear it because it's in there somewhere. Somewhere it's in there.
All right, Ben. Light amplified source energy ray.
Toni and Beth.
So
we had a lot of random ideas.
Yeah, just kind of back and forth on random words. We debated like emitting versus emission, radiation versus ray, spectral versus spectrum, but I think in the end we landed on light, amplification, spectrum, emission, radiation.
Okay. The acronym LASER stands for Light Amplification by Stimulated Emission of Radiation.
Stimulated.
Oh, you got 4.
Yep.
All right.
Different sense of the same word I'll give you credit for. So Jonathan and Will, I'll give you 8 points of credit there. And then Toni and Beth, you get 16.
Oh, nice job.
That hurts.
You got all the words that were right, Toni, so that's all
I
you.
don't. No, you got radiation. I said ray. Yeah,
You're right.
Sure.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, you got the other 3.
After the midpoint, Beth and Toni have taken a lead. It's 96 to 88.
Well done. All right, that is the end of the first half. Before we go on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a convenient, at-home option to meet with your own personal licensed counselor on a weekly basis. Y'all, I have been using BetterHelp since last year. My counselor's name is Crystal, and she has been fantastic. I think my favorite part of BetterHelp is the chance to message back and forth as much as needed throughout the week. When I want to touch base, I typically have a lot to cover, and I write these long messages, like 2 or 3 at a time, and it allows me to continue kind of processing and moving forward throughout the week. And what happens is when we have our weekly sessions, and even if I don't need a weekly session, sometimes I'll just do once every 2 weeks, but whenever we meet, our meetings are so much more productive because I've covered all the different thoughts and all the little things. I'm not trying to remember them at the spur of the moment. And it's been super helpful to cover the ground needed throughout the week. I am such a fan of BetterHelp, y'all. I've gotten so much more from it than I used to from my weekly in-person counseling. They have licensed counselors specializing in everything from anger management to self-esteem to relationships. It's safe. It's private, and it's convenient. If you need someone to talk to, someone who's going to listen to you, someone who's going to try and help you without judging you, and without having to worry about going into an office, dealing with waiting rooms, all that jazz, this is the solution. I highly recommend it. You can start living a happier life today. As a listener of Trivial Warfare, you'll get 10% off of your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/TWA. You can join over 1 million people who have already taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TWA. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
Round 4, question 1. Your category is Vegas, baby.
Vegas.
The D Casino in downtown Las Vegas is one of the many iconic landmarks in Sin City. What does the D stand for?
Sorry.
Wow, dude. Wow.
It's a fair question.
We now have it's a great question. Officially, we have a question of what does the D stand for?
You have a 12-year-old and me just giggling over here.
Is there any rumor is there any truth to the rumor that their sign is a big giant eggplant? And when you say downtown Las Vegas, you're talking about the old downtown?
Fremont Street.
Yeah.
That area, yes.
Okay, we're locked in.
Yeah, agreed. We're locked in.
We have nothing. We have so much nothing.
We have a lot of D words.
Yeah, right. Like Dalton, maybe it's a name. Dairy, dancing. Will just suggested drop. Oh, dice. That I was just trying to think of like casino term, like dime as another one that I just thought of.
Oh, that might be good because I don't know. That's like a mobby tied to it too, like dropping a dime.
Grandma loves the dime slot.
I don't.
None of these feel great.
Sorry.
Let's go with dice. I think I like dice best out of what we've said.
Sure. We'll go with dice, Ben.
All right.
Okay.
We had quite a few ideas, and by we, I mean Beth had quite a few ideas, but I was so stuck on my original idea, like that I had right away, that I told Beth if it's wrong, I will take a shot. So we thought, because it's a Vegas question, we should put a wager down. This doesn't seem like it's characteristic of Ben, but I've been playing a lot of an online trivia game that always has what he likes to call a DTQ, and I'm not going to tell you what that stands for. And I think this might be a trick question, and I think it might just stand for downtown. So we locked in with downtown.
Oh, that's a solid answer.
Wow.
Yeah,
all the D words we had.
I'm going to have to learn out offline what DTQ stands for.
Down to question?
Down to quiz?
I mean, I'll say it now and you can bleep it out. It's a douchey trick question.
Oh. We don't have to bleep out douche.
Well, I didn't know, so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can buy it in a grocery store, I'm not beeping it out.
Yeah. You can't buy in a grocery store, that's for sure. I guess you could.
That's not true. I'm sure you can.
I guess it depends on the grocery store, I suppose.
Fancy abattoir, probably.
Yeah, or Sprouts. So I would accept 3 answers for this question. One of the co-owners' first name is Derek, so D was his nickname. The owners are from Detroit, so I would have accepted Detroit as an answer. And then also, the answer is in the question. Downtown is the other name that it
Damn!
Oh my God,
Nice
Toni,
job.
Thank you for dismissing all my other answers. Awesome. You're awesome.
That feels really good.
That does. I'm so glad I didn't talk you out of it.
Round 4, question 2. Category is music.
Music.
John Coltrane's 5th studio album was released in 1960, and its eponymous single was lauded by Quincy Jones as the greatest jazz composition of all time. Name this song, whose title was somewhat contradicted by Neil Armstrong almost a decade later.
I'm having a hard time with the concept of eponymous in that question because John Coltrane's the artist. So if it was an eponymous song, then the name would be John Coltrane.
I'm looking for the name of the song, which was also the name of the album. That's what I mean.
Okay, thank you. I mean, we're just straight guessing, so I don't know if we need to belabor it,
Yeah, we're doing the same.
I'd be fine with that if you're okay with it. All right, we're going to lock in.
Okay, and then Beth and Toni.
Yeah, we don't know. We're basically dancing around the idea of something to do with, like, One Small Step or something on the moon. I think we both kind of just... Do you want to go with that last?
No. Yeah. The one that we both brainstormed together.
Yeah, like no small steps. Is that what we want to land on? That.
Yeah.
I mean, I have zero thunder behind that. I don't think it's right, but I don't want to take up any more time. And I got nothing with the word moon in it that makes any sense. So, all right, we'll lock in no small steps.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like we were having similar thinking and that we had no idea, so we were looking for anything with moon steps, how he could have contradicted it, whether it's what he said or what he did. But I have no clue on jazz or John Coltrane songs, so that was what I was trying to get there. So then Jonathan put in "Can't Fly to the Moon," so we just went with that.
10 points Ravenclaw here, although Beth and Toni were pretty close. So Neil Armstrong said "One Small Step for Man." John Coltrane's album and song was called "Giant Steps."
Oh, you were closer with that first one.
I literally
You said that, didn't you? Yeah,
I said something like "Giant Steps."
We were in the right church, wrong pew.
I mean, that's tough if you don't know any of the songs, though, to just get those words.
Yeah.
Sorry, John Coltrane's memory.
Sorry.
Oh.
The gap in my knowledge I should try to fill.
That's one of those things, like, you can't know everything. If you need a jazz person on your team. There's jazz people are special people, and if you don't have one on your team, you're just not getting the jazz questions.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Although I feel that way about most topics. Oh, it's a Harry Potter question. Great, need a Harry Potter person here.
But there's lots of Harry Potter people.
Yes, I would say a very large percentage of our listening audiences are Harry Potter people. So I'm just not one of them.
Shout out to Kelsey Parkham.
Nice.
Sorry, inside joke.
Indeed. You enjoy that inside joke there, Kelsey.
She hates it.
Okay, your last question round is, speaking of Coltrane, Roscoe P. Coltrane, the infamous sheriff of Hazard County, made his debut in what 1975 film which inspired the TV series?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, my God. I didn't know that. I want to, whatever the answer is, I want to see it now. I love Roscoe P. Coltrane. This my dog Flash. Will, I think that's where we go then.
What do you think?
I think it's, I think now that we both come on that one,
Yeah.
I think that's where we go.
I mean, I'm good with it because I can't think of it, and that it seems like there's the option for that.
I want to lock in.
Okay.
Okay. So if you guys are locked in, Toni, the first thing I said there was Cannonball Run.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what happened is that I said Cannonball Run, but I meant the second thing I said.
Okay, so
I bet I know what that is.
Which led me to think of, the only thing I know about Cannonball Run is anything from Archer, which made me think of Burt Reynolds, which led both of us to
Smokey and the Bandit, which I think is the
guess.
I think that has to do with running booze over state lines or something like that. And I think in Dukes of Hazzard, like Uncle Jesse or Uncle something is a bootlegger. So I feel like there's a connection there. So I think we should go with Smokey and the Bandit.
Will, they haven't locked in yet.
Via.
You shouldn't shake your head yes and say
we're
yeah.
locked in. We're locked in with Smokey.
We locked in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
That
No,
I said Cannonball Run, but I meant Smokey and the Bandit, and we're going to lock it with Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So I sent Will a message and said, I think this is either Cannonball Run or Smokey and the Bandit. And I haven't seen either of these movies, but I knew Dukes of Hazzard is a moonshine running show. Uncle Jesse's a moonshiner. And the Dukes of Hazzard, the car, is souped up for running moonshine. That's what its purpose is. I knew that part. And then Will luckily has seen both movies.
Both classics. Yeah, so Cannonball Run's just a race, but yeah.
Right.
So as soon as he said Cannonball Run is just a race, I'm like, then we should go Smokey and the Bandit. So that's what we did.
Okay. Another 10 points for Ravenclaw here.
Oh, no!
Damn it.
Smokey and the Bandit, he was taking beer from Texas to Georgia, and it wasn't illegal to transport the beer. What was illegal is how fast he was driving. So that's that. This one is about running moonshine, and the title of the film, ironically, is Moon Runners.
Oh, no.
Never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut right there.
Wow.
I like your moon theme you got going here, Ben, though.
Got it. Oh, a Coltrane and Moon combo.
Totally unintentional.
Don't say that. No, you should say, yeah, man, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Well, some of this is, I still struggle with being able to rate how difficult a question is because of how much stuff I don't know.
That's a totally fair question. I mean, that's
100%.
I feel like that's come
question.
up maybe.
I think this is the situation where my uncle used to grill all the time, and he used charcoal. So if it got too hot, he had this bottle of vinegar water that he would pour onto the meat to cool it off and to season the meat at the same time. So I feel like I'm literally pouring cool water on your scores with these questions. All right, at the end of the fourth round, Beth and Toni maintain their lead. It is 106-88.
Oh man, we're falling behind, Will. We got to catch up.
Okay.
Yeah, there. You had a lot of love in tennis terms in that round, Jonathan and Will. Fifth round. Because I thought Rob was going to be on the show, I avoided Rob Warman questions. So I dedicate this round to my BFF instead, Brooke Mulligan.
Brooke Mulligan.
Your first category in the Brooke Mulligan round is Down on the Farm. A pullet is a juvenile type of what farm animal?
Can you spell that?
Pullet.
Clearly, this is a baby mullet.
I'm pretty much like 100% on this one.
Okay, lock in then.
I think.
Wow.
Wait,
I'm okay with it.
Don't lock in quite yet, because
Oh my gosh.
You know I'm about to
Sorry,
ask you how many
just
meow
kidding,
meows
just
you have, Beth.
Yeah, I'm not all the way up to 3 minutes.
I accidentally triggered the hammer.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I wish someone could clip that video. It was so
Oh my
funny.
god, we've done that before. It was a premature striking of the hammer.
Jonathan's face when he hit the microphone.
It's pretty classic.
Panic. It's sheer panic.
Did you say juvenile?
Yes, a pullet is a juvenile type of what farm animal?
Okay.
Oh God, groan.
He's audibly groaning a text. That's amazing.
It's so bad.
He didn't just type it in all caps. He audibly said it.
He now knows how my wife feels every day. So
Okay, now we're locked in.
Okay. Oh,
Whatever.
I'm almost.
Please tell me the joke. Can you tell me the joke?
You know what? I don't remember. That's the problem.
Oh.
I don't remember all of the joke. I just remember that it involves a farmer, and I believe it involves birds, and that the punchline is "hold my and pull it." And so, if I remember all of the joke,
Holy
more helpful.
It's better when it's said out loud versus reading it on the
That's
screen.
incredible.
100.
I didn't craft this joke. This is something I heard back in grade school.
No, you take credit for that one. That's amazing.
So it makes me think that pullet is another type of like farm bird. It might in fact be my first thought was that it was a chicken and it was two different, being a chicken, and this is also a chicken. But then I wondered if it could also be a duck or a goose, but that's the only entry I have into this question.
And all I added was, it's not turkeys.
I mean, my stronger instinct is to just go with chicken. So if you don't really have anything, I say like chicken. Let's go with chicken. I like
chicken.
All right.
I don't eat chicken, but yes.
I eat chicken a lot. Let's go with chicken.
Chicken.
Okay, Jonathan and Will.
So, yeah, Will, I have no idea.
Same.
But
you kind of picked that out. Yeah.
There was the inkling in the back of my head that was like, maybe it's chicken. And literally that was the whole thought process. It's like, is this chicken? He says, I don't know. It's like, I don't know either. Let's lock in chicken.
Oh, my God.
And I said pullet like poultry. So
he said, like poultry. Poultry. Pultry. Grown. Grown.
Two teams came to the same answer, one from a terrible dad joke and the other one from a dirty joke you heard in 4th grade. Correct answer is chicken.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice job, you guys.
Shout out to Christ the King grade school.
Sorry, what?
That's even better.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
That has to be the show title. Shout out to Christ the King grade school.
That's too long for a show title, though. I'm going to just say shout out to Christ the King.
Yes. Oh, people are going to be like, what is going on? Your second question in the Brooke Mulligan round is in movies. Bela Lugosi made a career for himself playing the infamous Roman vampire. Let me say that again. Bela Lugosi made a career for himself playing the infamous Romanian vampire Dracula. From what nationality was Bela Lugosi? Where's he from?
Roman vampire. I was like, Roman vampire? What the hell?
A2 blood vessel.
Oh my God, this is silly. My spell check should not correct the word think to thunk. Come on, y'all. Come on. That ain't right.
Your spell check's been reading Dr. Seuss.
All right, we're locked in.
So, thinking somewhere Central Europe.
Agreed.
Poland, Hungarian, Slovakian. I also just thought of Bulgarian, possibly. What was the other one? Czech?
I said whatever Yugoslavia is now, which is
Latvian,
not helpful at all.
Lithuanian.
But Bulgarian.
No, those are the Baltics, Jonathan. Just kidding.
What else? I'm just naming countries.
I know.
Grecian.
Of all the ones you said, when you said Hungarian, that kind of rang a bell for me.
Yeah.
That sounds right. And I don't have
they're
a better reason other than... I know.
I'm just like trying to remember his accent. And like if his accent was distinctive or if he used a different accent when he acted. If that was his... Like, I'm trying to think of Ed Wood. Like... When I watched Ed Wood, which wasn't Bela Lugosi, someone playing him.
Of course.
But, yeah.
Landau, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But,
yeah. I'm okay with Hungarian.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Hungarian, but I can't say that I have thunder behind it or anything. I just, when you said it kind of pinged in my brain like, yeah, that sounds right.
I think Hungarian's as good as any other. I'm just kidding. Apologies to all the people in Central Europe. Hungary is not just as good as any other country. They're all great. Well, just dodged a bullet there. Okay.
Well, you kind of did just say the same thing, but okay.
I know. Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
They're all great.
So you're locking in with Hungary?
Yeah.
I remember I was at a bank once, and I was at the teller. Sebastian was with me. And the bank teller, I was talking to her, and she was from Hungary. And I said to Sebastian, Sebastian, do you know where Hungary is? And he said, yeah. It's in my belly.
So cute.
Very cute.
That really happened. So Will and I talked quickly through Italy. I didn't really like Italy, even though it had the E sound at the end. And I felt like this was the accent of "I want to suck your blood." That I think that was Lugosi, and the country that kind of rang a bell for me was Hungary. So we locked in with Hungary.
Turns out Sebastian was right after all. Correct answer is Hungary.
Yes.
Sebastian.
Nice. Good job.
Your last question in the Brooke Mulligan round is in arts and crafts.
Wait, what?
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
Crafts. Okay.
Shepherd's knitting is the earliest known practice of creating warm, practical clothing with its origins in the harsh winter environments using what technique?
All right, we're going to lock in.
The first thing that I had thrown out there was knot tying, possibly, because harsh weather made me think of like chunky fishermen's sweaters, and like that's was a pure guess that I was thinking. But then you said the whole shepherd's part was throwing you off too, and I kind of agree.
Shepherds. I feel like those are like called fisherman's sweater, or like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like.
And then like, well, if it's shepherds, could it have something to do with like spinning wool, or would that have?
That's I really don't know, and I like knots, and I can't think of anything else except for the patterns like Fair Isle or Argyle.
Or like Argyle. Yeah,
like that.
I agree. I really don't know anything about any of this, and it was just a guess. So
I don't really knit. I just crochet.
Could it be crochet? I don't.
Could it be macrame? I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Should we just go with knot tying and see what happens?
Like knot tying. Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. We'll lock in with knot tying.
Okay.
So I sent Will a message at the beginning and said, okay, best I got's crochet and macrame. And I thought to myself, you know, there's a staff called a shepherd's crook, which is like a little hooked staff at the end. And I was like, maybe that takes its name from crocheting, because crochet has like the hook tool. So we went with crocheting.
Correct answer is crochet.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
That's okay. Why were we sorry? I didn't even think about it in a serious sense, so we're good.
At the end of the fifth round, Beth and Toni are clinging to a slight lead, 126 to 118. Your sixth round begins with a question in music.
Music.
Our Warm It Up Quiz featured two songs featured in the top 10 of Rolling Stone's 500 greatest songs of all time. That would be Respect and Smells Like Teen Spirit. I want you to name either the artist or the song that is number one on that list.
Either the artist or the song.
Yep.
Ben, did you say what year? Because I know there's been different iterations. Or maybe I'm just thinking of albums.
I didn't give a year.
Okay.
What are you asking for specifically?
I don't. So I know I've read the issue like a million times and I still can't remember what was number one, but we'll think about it. But I wasn't sure if it changed from like.
Oh, yeah, they did multiple lists.
There's one in like the early 2000s and then they redid it like within the last, I don't know, 5-10 years maybe.
Yeah, so the list was revised recently, but the top 10 did not change.
Oh, okay. I didn't know for sure, so.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. We're locked in.
We're locked in.
All right. So, Will, you and I we're on the same wavelength.
Two.
Yeah. I quickly threw out, I think it's either Bob Dylan or the Beatles. And you said Rolling Stone loves the Beatles.
Yeah, that's my general impression I get.
And I get that same impression
in my head.
Because when you do the top 10 albums of all time, they put like 5 Beatles albums in it. It's ridiculous.
So, I mean, I don't know it for a fact, but I also know I generally don't always agree with Rolling Stone's lists. So
I'm just worried. I'm worried that they rate the Beatles albums
higher than the singles.
Like way high. But from a specific song perspective, I'm worried that they might do Bob Dylan. I think Blonde on Blonde is one of their top 5 albums of all time, but I don't know Bob Dylan songs other than, Blowing in the Wind, Mr. Tambourine Man, Rainy Day Woman, number 17 and 35. It's not any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer. Like, it's not even like those are two good guesses. Beatles first popped in.
It could be what's the one, Like a Rolling Stone? That's a great freaking song.
That would be a great tie-in.
I love that song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay going Bob Dylan.
Let's go Bob Dylan. Let's do that. If we're wrong, I'll eat it. It'll be on me. All right, we're going to guess Bob Dylan, Ben.
Okay. Tony and Beth?
We talked about the Beatles. We talked about Bob Dylan. And then we discussed Rolling Stone. Not the band, the magazine. What did you say about Rolling Stone, Beth?
I said that I could see Rolling Stone magazine picking like a Rolling Stone because they are in love with themselves. And
I said,
you said at the exact same time,
because Rolling Stone is good at one. If Rolling Stone is good at one thing, it's self-aggrandizement. So we locked in with Dylan.
All right. The song we're talking about is Like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan.
Nice.
We even nailed it to the song.
yeah.
Wow.
I
Wow.
did say during Warm It Up that I love Bob Dylan.
I remembered that too.
Damn it.
Yeah, so I had not heard this song before, so I decided to
Oh, I
listen
love
to
this song.
Oh, it's a great song.
Good song.
And so you have to understand, I don't
Yeah.
rock is not my thing. So
Yeah.
listening to it, when you don't have the context, it's like, okay, I already knew Bob Dylan wasn't a great vocalist, and I've listened to this song, and there's nothing mind-blowing to me immediately about this song. So I'm like, okay, why is this song so great? And then as I started to research it, this song basically created a subgenre of music. So when you think about like Nirvana and the grunge movement and punk, like there's so many influences that came from this song, and the content and what he's talking about in the song, it basically created an entire subgenre of music. I'm like, okay, I bow down to Bob Dylan now.
I mean, I just love it. I love it. It's a song about taking somebody off their high horse. It's the lyrics for me. It is truly about how are you now when you don't have everything given to you?
Bob Dylan has
it's deep.
A very biting song called Positively 4th Street that is even more of a, hey, you're a jerk and need to be taken down a peg than like a Rolling Stone. But it's not as well written, or the music's not quite as catchy as like a Rolling Stone.
The idea of cynicism and questioning the listener, that was really the first time that you saw that in music. So it's pretty cool. All right. Your second question in the 6th round is in geography.
Geography.
The Drake Well Museum commemorates America's first oil well, drilled in 1859 in what state?
You said 1859?
Yep, 1859.
You're supposed to be narrowing down, not getting bigger.
Yeah, that's what we're doing too.
Right.
Oh man.
Will, flip a coin between the first two states we named.
We're gonna lock in.
Oh, great. All right, Will, do you want Ohio or Pennsylvania? Which one do you want?
Now let's go with Pennsylvania. I just feel like it's Eastern, and I don't know.
So the logic was Alaska wasn't a state. We're not sure Texas was a state at this point, and so we think it's further east than that, and that's why we were up in that area. So Pennsylvania sounds good to me.
So should have had Ben reread the question because I didn't think that he specified that it was a state at the time. Like it's just in what state. The museum is in what state.
He might
so
have. He's not always terribly clear.
Right.
No, that's not what I mean. I just think
right,
that it's maybe purposefully ambiguous. We threw out a lot, maybe like a quarter of the states it felt like at one point, and we just took a punt and said Oklahoma.
Okay.
And if it is Pennsylvania, then I'm going to have to move because I've lived here my whole life and I've never heard of it here in Pennsylvania.
Well, that doesn't bode well.
So in my games, there is always an intentional homer question in every one of my shows.
Michigan.
No, I tend to ask a question that references at least one of the players unintentionally. Correct answer is Pennsylvania.
Holy crap!
So
Will!
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Don't be
I
sorry.
thought this was going to be an instant
awesome!
get for Beth because she's from there. Apparently not.
No.
Immediately, like my gut brought up like Ohio, and then Will's like, "Yeah, or maybe Pennsylvania." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, that's in the same vicinity. Could be."
With not much rhyme or reason, just it's industrial and
So cool, so
sense.
cool,
Will
so
pulled
down.
a Jonathan with Jonathan.
big time.
He's like,
Sorry, Tony.
hold my Jonathan
I'm
and
not
kill it.
mad.
I should
don't
probably
I
just
am.
leave for
I
the
am.
episode now. Leave on a high note.
So bad.
All right, so that was important because it did cause a lead change, and that's
Oh
important.
no!
And that is important because we're getting into the showdown. Here's how the showdown question works. I will ask a question that has multiple correct answers. Each team will be given 3 minutes to submit a list of answers. The team with the most correct answers gets 10 points. Any list with an incorrect answer will be disqualified. In the case of a tie, both teams get the points. Now, Beth and Toni, you are trailing, so you get to choose between two categories. Your categories are literature and science.
Horns.
Literature.
I'd say lit.
I say lit. Yeah, literature.
Okay, here is your literature question. So you'll text them, and at the end of time, just text me the result, and we'll figure that out at the end. I have a list of Shakespearean tragedies according to the listing in the first folio. I have a list of 11 here. Time starts now. 1 minute left.
All right, Will, I think we probably, unless you have like a really obvious one, we should stop there because I don't want to risk wrong answers. I'm actually worried about that last one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool leading up. I don't know.
I think we should
Specifically,
leave
if
that
that's
last
it.
one off just in case.
All right, time's up. Go ahead and send me your lists. Jonathan, I got your list. Thank you.
Yep.
So you have 6 on your list, Jonathan.
Oh, God, I hope we're right.
Me too.
There were 2 that I felt like might be.
We swung big, so I hope that we're
well,
right.
then I'm glad we didn't because the max we were going to put down was 7.
All right, so there are 9 answers on Beth and Toni's list. So I will read Jonathan and Will's list first. You have, again, this handwriting is just amazing.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I have it. Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, King Lear, Othello, Macbeth, and The Tempest.
And my goal was to avoid the histories that might masquerade as tragedies.
So I could tell you now that The Tempest is not a tragedy.
Oh, it all.
Real.
It doesn't matter.
We didn't think of it.
All right.
I thought of it, but I
doesn't
knew
it?
it wasn't a tragedy, so I didn't write it down. Yeah.
Toni and Beth
that's good
have
knowledge.
Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello. You have King Lear, Coriolanus,
Sure.
Troilus and Cressida, Titus Andronicus, and Timon of Athens. So those are 9 answers, and all 9 are correct. So you get 10.
Nice job.
Oh, that was
Bethany.
Great job.
Or
Nicely done.
Bethany Shaw did a Shakespeare round on her online quiz today. Thank you so much.
Really, Bethany?
Yes.
Really?
That is clutch.
wow.
That's
Yeah, you
so
came with
strong.
A lot of great titles on
That's
that
so
one too.
clutch.
9 out of 11. I mean, I could have named those, but I didn't know they were tragedies, you know?
Going into the gauntlet, Beth and Toni have 146. Jonathan and Will have 138.
What a great game.
So you can consider your wagers for your gauntlet. Your category is a little bit of the bubbly.
We're locked in. And
Yeah,
I'm
our
sending
bed
it
is
to
locked
Ben.
in. Okay,
All right.
Thank you.
And our wager is locked in as well.
Here are your gauntlet questions. Bubbles is the gentler, kinder member of Hanna-Barbera's Powerpuff Girls. What are her superhero sisters' names?
God, it's been a while. I used to know this.
We're locked in.
All right, we're going to lock in, Ben.
Here's your second question. The 2001 film Bubble Boy is a terrible movie. Starring what future Academy Award nominee who took later roles as an apocalypse survivor, a cowboy, and an MCU villain?
We're locked
in.
I got it, Jonathan, if you don't know.
Cool. We'll lock in.
Okay, here's your final question in the gauntlet. Bubble tea is a tapioca-based delicacy that was invented in the 1980s on what Pacific island?
You said 1980s?
1980s.
Oh, well, okay.
No.
All right, we're locked in.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're locked in.
Okay.
We're locked in.
Okay. I'll read the questions back and you reveal your answers. Bubbles is a gentler, kinder member of the Hanna-Barbera's Powerpuff Girls. What are her superhero names? Jonathan and Will, what did you say?
This question broke us. It was all over from here. And our spirits are broken. We guessed Peaches and Penelope because we got nothing.
I think it didn't help that we locked in very quickly. So and it just demoralized you.
All right. Toni and Beth, what did you say?
Beth.
I know this right away. I watched this show. I said to Toni, I watched this show a lot when I was already way too old for it, but I loved it. The answer is Blossom and Buttercup.
Oh.
All right.
Bees. They were all bees.
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera, man. Alliteration. Alliteration is the key to Hanna-Barbera. 2001 film Bubble Boy stars what future Academy Award nominee? Toni and Beth, what did you say?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jonathan and Will?
Yeah, we had the same thing. Jake Gyllenhaal.
And then bubble tea was invented on what Pacific island? Jonathan and Will, what did you say?
We had absolutely no idea. So we guessed Oahu.
Toni and Beth?
I'm pretty sure this is Taiwan.
All right.
Hope you were wrong.
The Powerpuff Girls are Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup. Bubble Boy was a terrible movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal. And bubble tea, is popular all over Asia, especially Southeast Asia. But it was invented on the Pacific island of Taiwan.
Wow.
Nice job.
That was not... That's a broad-ranging gauntlet to get all three of.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt that I live near there.
Well,
that's an impressive gauntlet to get all three of, y'all. That's really good.
Taiwanese coffee shops are really popular here, so that helps.
Yeah, I didn't even bother writing any guesses for that one. I just wrote to her, "Do you know?" and waited for my answer. So I did not know.
So wagers aren't going to matter here. We wagered 16. We'll finish with 122. What did you guys wager?
Winners bet 0.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that I told Will that you won't bet anything more than 7. So
yeah,
that's a rare zero bet.
When listening at home, I almost never know the gauntlet questions, at least not all of them, and so I'm like 0 is the safest bet. And Toni agreed, so we bet 0.
Yep, I never get gauntlet all the way through.
And I wouldn't have gotten today because I didn't know Taiwan, but that's why you have partners.
I wouldn't have been able to, probably wouldn't have pulled Blossom and Buttercup, so.
Is she a princess? Princess Buttercup?
She's awesome. She's super
All right, Ben, what's our final score?
Final score is 146 to 122. Beth and Toni are your winners.
Congratulations, y'all. That was a strong performance.
Thank you.
What a game.
So much fun.
That was a good game.
Sure was. All right. Well, before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes they care about. Will, we'll start with you.
I'll give a shout-out to my beautiful wife who's watching the kids this morning so I can do this. And as far as causes, it's normally thought of once a year, but I do a lot of work for Movember, which actions raising money and awareness for men's mental health, prostate cancer, and testicular cancer. But I'm also really just an advocate of the mental health stuff now, I think, especially with the past year everyone's had, especially in men, because I feel like there's still that kind of like toxic masculinity where it's tougher for men to talk about it. So just want to promote that, put that out there. Look up Movember if you have a chance.
Absolutely. Toni, over to you.
I can't really think of anything. I just would really kind of goes with mental health, but I would really like to reach out to anyone who is a tobacco user, whether it's smoking or chewing, just to try your best to quit and reach out to your doctors to try and help, try to get help to quit. We don't talk about quitting smoking a lot on here, but that's what I really want to encourage. That I've lost a lot of family members to lung cancer or lung related and cardiovascular related illnesses. So quit now before you don't have a chance to. So
that's great. Thank you. And Beth, we'll round it up with you.
Well, I'm a big animal lover, so I would just say that if you're able to support your local shelter, or if you have a local animal food bank in your area that helps keep pets in their loving homes and out of shelters, that's also something to consider supporting.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you all so much. This was a tremendous game. I'm going to be really happy to publish this one. This was a lot of fun. So for Will, for Toni, for Beth, and for Ben, my name is Jonathan. This has been episode number 318 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
bye.
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 Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions. Join the community and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit propodcastingservices.com.
I'm good. How you doing?
I am good.
Good.
Real good.
So, I'm sure that I am one of many people that want juicy details about your relationship situation, but I don't want you to have to say the story. I don't want you to have to tell that story 25 times in a row. So I feel like we should like put in like a Google form and have you just fill in all the questions and then just release it to a group of people.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. I've been people have been asking a lot, you know. I got to keep my secrets.
Well, keep your secrets, man.
I don't have secrets. Who are we kidding? I'm about as open a book as it gets.
Round 2, question 2 is in history.
History.
Part of the spoils from the Spanish-American War included the capture and colonization of what 2 island nations? Oh, Beth's got thunder.
No, I do not.
Oh.
Toni, you can lock in with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it?
I have nothing to say about it, so if you want to lock in, that's totally fine. I don't have any.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
It was Toni with the thunder. I said the wrong name.
So when you say island nations, do you mean they were nations then or they're nations now?
I'm confident that they were already nations then. I can double check that though.
No, that's fine. That's the main thing that I was just trying to make sure the wording of the question. I didn't know if you meant one or the other.
Right.
Okay, so we can talk, or you guys are locked in?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk.
So, Will, the thing that comes to mind first is that it's not going to be Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico is not a nation, right? Spanish-American, if I'm thinking of the right war, this is Teddy Roosevelt. This is like 1898 to 1901, kind of. This is the charge up San Juan Hill in Cuba. But so I need the end of the question one more time, Ben. Can I just get the end of the question one more time?
Capture and colonization of what 2 island nations?
Okay, so capture and colonization. The U.S. didn't colonize Cuba, but I know the Spanish-American War had. I'm pretty sure that was what we're talking about. Do you have a different understanding of the Spanish-American War?
As far as facts on the Spanish-American War, I've got like a big old bag of nothing. But if you start saying things, it might trigger something for me.
I mean, I said everything I can about it.
I know San Juan Hill, but that doesn't help me get to an island nation.
So Spanish-American War is I think it is. I think it's Remember the Maine, and I think it's 1901, and I think it's Roosevelt and San Juan Hill, and I think that there was fighting in Cuba. So, see, what I don't understand is if they were nations, why they'd be involved, like Spanish-American War, why were either they're Spanish islands or they're American islands, you know?
Right.
So I guess these were islands that were involved. So they're probably free nations now, but were colonized then.
So if it's Cuba, would the other one be in that same?
It's not Cuba, though.
Vicinity?
I'm pretty sure we didn't colonize Cuba. Cuba was already an existing thing. I think this is going to be something like the Bahamas or other things like that. Jamaica, maybe. Are there islands in the Caribbean that have U.S. that have English as a main language? I guess would be a way to look at this.
Well, so the Bahamas do, right? Does Bermuda that's English though, I think, right?
Toni literally turned off her video so that we can't see her react. I think maybe Jamaica would be worth guessing. If you want to say Bermuda, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, I honestly don't have any thunder behind anything.
Okie dokie. We will say, you know what? Hold on a second, though. Maybe it is Cuba, because we know Cuba was involved in the fighting, and Castro had to rebel against somebody in the 50s.
That's true.
So maybe he was rebelling against a U.S. influence. I know there was a government in place in Cuba at the time. You know what? Cuba's I'd hate to know that it's Cuba and still not guess it.
And still not get it.
Why don't we say Cuba and Jamaica?
Okay. I'm good
All
with that.
We'll go Cuba and Jamaica.
I told Beth that I'm 100% sure on one of them, and that's the Philippines, and the other one is, I think, Cuba. So we said Philippines and Cuba.
All right. I think I may not have worded this question 100% accurately, but I'll read the answer and we'll figure out what to do. I said island nations, but both of these are not necessarily nations, and I didn't realize it until just now. The answer I'm looking for is Philippines and Guam.
Oh, yeah, no. Guam is not a nation. It's a protectorate.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you want to replace it, we can.
I think you're going to have to. There was no chance we could get that right.
No, me neither. I knew of the Philippines for sure, and because I knew there was a lot of fighting in Cuba, I said Cuba.
I was useless on this question, so sorry.
Same, Beth. So I have no Guams with going with a new one.
Oh, jeez.
I have quite a few.
Oh, jeez. What's sad about that is Toni did have knowledge there, more knowledge than I did, and it's a shame that she doesn't get credit for that in some way, so I feel kind of bad about it.
That's okay. I was going to flip the table if you backed into the Philippines, though. I would have been so upset.
You know what's frustrating is I knew
that you do.
I knew the Philippines was. I didn't remember it being Spanish American, but I remember there being it was the last of the Spanish Armada, where people still thought the Spanish had like a really strong navy, and we came in and just absolutely wrecked them because we had metal ships and they were still in wooden ships. And it wiped them out, and that was like 1901, I think.